Ken Griffin is a hedge fund manager and billionaire who is currently going through the process of a divorce with his wife, Anne Dias Griffin. And she is asking for an insane amount of money during this divorce situation. She's asking for $1 million per month. Okay.
Wow.
Now, he is enraged about this, even though he's a billionaire and $1 million a month, you know, relatively speaking, considering how much he makes is not that big of a deal. But he's saying that this has nothing to do with taking care of his own kids. This has to do with funding her lavish lifestyle. So he listed all the different things that he believes his wife wants this money for. He mentions $300,000 a month for a private jet that she uses to travel, $160,000 a month for vacation rentals. Damn, what kind of vacations are they going on?
And
like,
how can you go every month? How many vacations
amazing.
can you take?
$60,000 a month for office space and professional staff. Professional staff for what? For your vacations? Dude, you're jet set. But like, why? What? Do you need someone to go on orbits for your ass? That doesn't cost $60,000.
Okay, so now let's understand a couple of things. You know, she's entitled to certain things according to the law.
This is in Illinois.
Right, and so we might agree or disagree with that, the laws in Illinois, et cetera. But if she asks for things within those parameters, it is what it's like. Let's say they'd married a long time, she's entitled to half, it is what it is, right? That's $500 million, that's a lot more, right? So we're not talking about that. We're talking about the specific request that she made to keep up their 3 kids in the lifestyle that they have become accustomed to.
I have to read this portion of the report because it's hilarious. In a previous filing, Diaz said she and their children have come to enjoy a lifestyle reserved only for the very wealthy.
Oh, I do declare, have you?
Including houses in Chicago, Aspen, Hawaii, Miami Beach, and New York. They also have unrestricted access to not 1, but 2 private jets to travel to the aforementioned homes as well as other destinations.
I do declare my children have become accustomed to going between Miami Beach and Aspen on 2 different private jets, and whatever will they do if they can't have $1 million a month to do that every single month? Please, we become accustomed to being among the very, very wealthy. Who doesn't hate these people, right? Now, look, I got no love for Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin gives a ton of political donations. I think that's part of what corrupts the political process. So no love for Ken Griffin at all, but fair is fair. And to claim you need $1 million a month to take care of your 3 kids is spitting in the eye of the rest of us. Yep. We don't all have $1 million for our kids. And we got to take care of them anyway.
People don't have $1 million to spend within 3 years, much less 1 month. Like, it's insane. Look, what I got from this story, and believe it or not, is the fact that I'm really happy that I grew up in a middle-class family.
No, me too. Me too.
Because
I don't want to be accustomed to this lifestyle.
Me either. And it sounds great and it sounds glamorous, but I think about the, 1 vacation where I travel to another country a year, right? And I freaking cherish those moments because it's rare. You only get to do it once a year if you're lucky. You save for that trip. You work hard to afford that trip. And when you go there, you genuinely appreciate it and you enjoy it, right? When you're going on lavish vacations every month on someone else's dime, like, it's just not appreciated as much. Yeah,
and it's hard for those kids. Nothing against the kids. They don't know anything. They're just growing up in this context, right? It's hard for them to be able to appreciate it. And by the way, they're not going every month. This is an excuse for her to get the money, Lebowski, okay? You think the kids really need $1 million a month? Here, let me give you more details. I love this story. She said the family has a large group of staff members assisting the family, including extensive household, security, and family office employees, and their own company that employs staffers called Griffin Family Services.
Get out of here. What do you don't do anything, though.
No. They have a company to run their wealth. Like, I don't mean financially. They're not investing the wealth. Like, they're so rich, they need a company to run their butlers and maids and like, I do declare, whatever will we do with the house in Aspen? Well, let's get Griffin Family Services to take care of that, right? But it's gonna warp your sense of reality. It's gonna warp your sense of the world, and so. But the most important thing in this context for me is I hate the line, the lifestyle you have grown accustomed to.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the lifestyle you have grown accustomed to. You know what happens to people sometimes? Sometimes things change.
Yeah.
And you know, you were accustomed to a lifestyle, then all of a sudden, oops, you don't have the money anymore. You know what that's called for the rest of us? Sad day for you, right? So you don't, like, let's say that you lost your job. You're making $70,000 a year. That's not bad. It's pretty good, you know, and you're providing for your family. All of a sudden you lost a job, and it's really hard to find a job, and it's been 4 months, and all of a sudden you can't do the upkeep on the lifestyle you were accustomed to. You don't get to go cry to somebody and be like, well, I was accustomed to that lifestyle. Well, no, you don't have that anymore, and you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust, and it's hard. So when these people come into court and do official filings about the lifestyle that they got accustomed to, and their kids that are like, you know, they're really young at this point, and please, you know, if little Johnny can't jet from Miami Beach to Hawaii in the scope of a month and have me spend $1 million on him, you know, the poor kid, what's he gonna do? It's grading, man. You gotta know it's grading. So do whatever you guys are gonna do in your own privacy. Have the decency to compromise and work it out in private. Split up your hundreds of millions of dollars, however you're gonna split them up, and keep us out of it, because your nail's on a chalkboard. And it's hard not to, you know, be made uncomfortable by you know, your demands and your lifestyle and all this stuff, right? And I always say, look, it's not against rich people. If you want to be rich, that's awesome. We want to be rich, and we believe in pursuing the American dream and all that stuff. Especially when you're among the families buying all of our politicians, and then you're having a conversation about what you're going to do with all that largesse, right?
Exactly.
And how you're going to split it up, and a lifestyle you're so fucking accustomed to. It's hard for us to not get driven crazy by that.